Hey Nerdchachos, welcome to episode 12. Hope you're doing alright. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for coming along with me today. So we're in our airport. Here we are. We're picking up where we left off. We've still got the vehicle bug, so we've still got the 3 depots that are closed. But luckily it looks like the workaround is working. Just letting the vehicles just roam around the airport seems to be doing the trick, and we've also stopped most of the delays happening as well. So I don't know if a lot of that was being caused by not knowing that this bug existed until we did the research. So but it's good, it's working again. We're okay, so we can start now planning what we're going to do with our big terminal update. So essentially the big terminal update, I think we're going to make it exclusively international. I don't think we need to do any domestic flights, and we need to think seriously about how we're going to get a lot of passengers through the gates, through the doors. So I was thinking how to do this, and I quite like the way that Gatwick do it, in the sense that it's in a bit of a flower shape. So you have a central hub, and you have a load of gates that spear off around the outside, and then we might do 2 of those, one of medium stands and one of large stands, and then go from there. And I'm thinking as well, we should just do the reverse, really, of what we've done here, in the sense that you have one big central concourse of check-ins, and it goes off into a security check zone, and then it goes off into a passport check control zone, and then it opens up into a big foyer. I don't know if we're going to keep all of that on one level and then introduce lounges onto a second level, because I know that the big pallets, the big gates, they're going to need to have jetways and everything. So, but for now, we need to start the foundation. We need to start this ball rolling. And what I wanted to do is to have this central area here for shopping and for a big restaurant. We haven't really had a chance to do that yet. So let's get this ball rolling. So we know that we're going to extend out the concourse this way. And this is going to be almost like a walkthrough. We can put some gate seating and everything, and we're going to have a restaurant area that lives in the top here. And you see this quite commonly in airports, where there would be almost like a shopping centre area as well, where you have one central anchor store that might be at the very front, that captures both the incoming passengers and sometimes your arrivals as well. And I think this is what we're going to try and do here: one massive restaurant and one massive shop. If only because it also then generates quite a bit of revenue in terms of rent space and everything. So I think that's what we're safe to go with. So we take this wall out, and we know we're going to need to put windows and stuff in as well. So we put that in there, and now we can mark out our food room. And I want it to be big. I want it to be almost too big, but a little bit stylish. Let's try and make this a bit fancier than what we've got over here, which is just cookie cutter copy and paste of what we've already got. So let's have a look at some of these things. So like, we've got these cooking stations. These are cool. These are like a kitchen area, and I quite like the idea of having it in the middle. You see some of the fancier restaurants, or the more modern open plan restaurants, don't you, that have this sort of island in the middle and everybody sits around the outside. So let's do something like that, shall we? Let's make sure that it's the right way round. I think it's that way, isn't it? I think it's that way. So we're going to do 2 of those there, and then maybe 2 of those there. Yeah, let's do that. And let's have some cashiers counters. And I'm thinking that we can use some of these other counters that we've only very sparsely used. So we can have coffee on one side. Let's do coffee one side. Maybe either side there. And then let's do the beer the bar the other side. There we go, so one there and one there. We've got this food counter that can now be used as like a space filler. So that's cool. Let's do that. But we need the counters first as well, don't we? So we can have this counter. I think that's the right way round. This counter. And then do bread and things. I think that's the right way round. I think it's that way. And that way. And we can do our food counter there, and there, there, and there. We're still going to need our fridges as well. Let's do a stainless steel counter in the middle. And they're also going to need a kitchen sink as well. So we can do that there. And we also need fridges, I think. Oh, let's do a stove. Is that way? Is it that way? Which way though? It's that way, I think. And fridge freezers. There. There we go. Great, okay. Now we need to put the display fridges in. So let's go one there, one there, one there, one there. I think we agreed, didn't we, that the pizza was on the top, facing the right way. Don't think it matters. And then we need some cashier counters. And we're going to go for the big ones. No, we can't go for the big ones this time. Let's go for two small ones. So we do two there. And I think I'm only going to do one this side because we need to allow exit and entry points. Cool, okay, so there's our central island type theme. And now if we're wanting to make this a little bit fancier, we're going to need to use the more expensive materials. So if we go for some more expensive sofas, or maybe the there's a bar stool there, that's cool. Maybe like the modular sofa. Although that's saying that's cheap, and that's not cheap. I wonder why that is. But I like the idea of separating the seats as if they were booths, with like hedgerows in the middle. So let's. Is that facing the right way? Yeah. So we're going to have hedge down here and hedge down here. So if we do that, and the other way there, we do the table in the middle. Then we can do the corner, which I think is that one, isn't it? And that one. And then we can put the hedge in the middle, down there, and down there. And that gives us a little bit of a booth that we can then copy and paste up this way. We go all the way up. Like that. We can leave there for more things. I'm not going to put windows in here yet because I don't know what we're going to put here. If we're going to put anything, whether there's going to be gates that people can look out on, or whether it's going to be the baggage bay for the new terminal. That we're going to need to decide that later on. So I'm going to leave this at the moment as just a bit of a cell. So let's go ahead and put some tables in though, I think. But I'm going to want them 3-seater because we're hoping this is going to be quite a big food place. So let's put these all across. There we go. Great. And so we've got our booths. Do we want to do that? Let's do that down the other side as well. So let's copy it and move it across. Remembering that we need to leave space for the hedge, and we don't have a hedge down the bottom, so let's do that. It's up to decorations, isn't it? Hedgerow. There we go. And just like that. I think let's also do a bit of an entry and exit. So let's go up to there, go up to there, and one in the middle. Like that. Yeah, like that. Okay. That looks good. And then we can do the same here as well, can't we? We can put some seats in along here. So if we do level, like that. Excellent, awesome. Now let's actually designate it as a food room. Let's see what of the fancier can be built on. Oh, it's already a food room, isn't it? And see what we can do. So we can ZZs. They give you £7 per metre square. That one doesn't have enough display fridges. Is that going to be a problem? Do we think that's 10? Now we wanted to go for one of the fancier restaurants, didn't we? So, oh, okay, there's one here. Chez Clara. So you need one more cooking station, and you give the same amount as the high end. So, okay. And then 9. They're the same. Okay, that's easily fixed. We can squeeze in another cooking station. Let's go. Where should we put this? Let's go there. Let's do 2. Let's really pull the boat out. There we go. So that now means when we've built it, we can actually sign with Chez Clara. Yeah, look at that. Okay, brilliant. So let's do some more seating. I think our tried and tested seating should work, only because we know this is quite highly rated already in terms of this configuration, so that's fine. Let's do these like that, and then let's copy this over and do the same on the other side. It's a bit symmetrical, and it's also, I think it's going to be handy for us to put the flight things in as well, the flight screens, because you see those in the airports too, don't you? In like the food areas and everywhere. I know there's been a couple of times that we've nearly missed flights because we've been sat in the bar, sat in the cafe, shopping, stuffing my face in pizza or something, and I've lost track of time, and it was only the flight information screen that told me that I was now boarding. Not paying attention to anything as you do. So cool. Okay, I'm liking this. Let's go ahead and bring the builders in and let them do their thing, because they're going to need to get rid of this wall as well. And we know that it's separated from the terminal. There's a wall between it. I'm not quite sure how realistic this would be in real life. I think you'd want your secure areas, but no one's really going to walk through a wall, are they? You hope they wouldn't. Let's quickly check on other franchises. So you need a new contract signing. Petit bijou. Oh, you all do actually. Okay. Let's go with copper this time. They seem like a nice, wholesome company. You're okay. Just signed you. You're down the bottom here. So you're... let's go Swift Veg. You're going to be Flygo. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick admin check of everything, make sure that operations are working fine. So our security officers, they're okay. Someone's gone on a break. Yeah, looking all good there. Vehicles wise, I think the closing of this depot at the top here has helped us, because there's now our number of vehicles that we had. Baggage trucks are all out. Belt loaders are all out. Great. Okay, so there's no problems there. How are we doing research wise? We have nothing left. So all of our researchers are now available to our needs. So we've got 7 that's available. Let's do another 2 there, another 2 there, another 2 on airport relations. It leaves us with 1. So if we go and get another, actually, 4 more, aren't we? Yeah, let's go 4 more. Okay, so let's get some more administrators. Administrator. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's choose. So like we said before, we can do 2 from each. 2 from each strand. So we're already doing 2 here. We're already doing 2 here. Is there anything on here that we want to do? Marketing. So that increases passenger spending of food. So yeah, I think we should do that one. Is there anything else on this side that we want to do? High security alert. So that's going to give us reduced risk of security incidents. I don't think we're reporting security incidents anyway. And I think we've done the right thing with the baggage in just taking it through tier 3. I don't think it needs to go through tier 1 and tier 2 first. I think tier 3 is like I think it works that way. I mean, we don't seem to be reporting baggage that's ended up on a plane that shouldn't be on a plane, and I know that's a thing in this part of the alpha, so that's okay. So I don't think we need to worry about that one. What's emergency prevention work? Okay, so we can reduce the risk of emergency incidents. Supplier discounts gives us discounts on aviation fuel, de-ice and food. That might be useful if we're going back to profit over passenger, and that might also be useful when we're building our massive terminal, because we're going to take a hit on rent and upkeep and everything, because we're going to be building vast amounts of space that we can't monetize until we put aircraft in. So that might be worth doing, getting another 5 administrators for. We don't need to reduce project time. We've got no more projects left to do. Maybe passenger satisfaction boost. That might help us with our rating that we've got here. They might hate us a little less. So that means we're going to need 10 more administrators. Let's do that. Well, let's not do the worst ones. There's 3. How are we doing? Can we sign with Shay Clara? Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that's now going to open, which is going to need to lay some floors and everything down as well. Okay, so 2 more administrators. I don't want you guys or you. You'll do. So back to research. So which one should we do? Supplier discount or passenger satisfaction? Let's do supplier discount. Okay, and then the other one we can do another time. Brilliant. Okay, so this has turned out quite nicely. Don't know. I know I missed it up there. Let's actually change our minds slightly, because we've learned by now that I'm quite indecisive. There we go. What floor should we use? It feels like a wooden. Let's mix it up. Let's go for the black tile, round, like that. And do we want a pathway that goes up? Maybe like that. That probably looks horrible, doesn't it? No, let's not do that. That's silly. It looks crazy. We know we're using the same marble here. So let's go ahead and lay that marble. Should we go back to the wooden floor principle? Parquet flooring. There we go, like that. And then the final square rectangle there. Brilliant. Okay, lovely. So they're okay, and the staff are going to be on their way. They'll take a while to get to us, I think, and they're ready. They're ready to go. I think the next thing that we're going to need to do is the bigger shop. So, but we're going to need to unlock some land to do that. So we just need to do that when we're ready. Okay. Got no buses coming in. Where are our buses? Okay, let's go ahead and unlock this then. And let's build. So we said that was, if we do it the same size, so 13 by 10. 13 by 10. There we go. Go down. We've got our builders already in, haven't we? So that's fine. Do we get rid of that wall as well? Copy across the windows and doors theme. Why is that not valid? There. And let's bring across our pathway. Go. Like that. And now we draw out. Let's draw out our shop. Massive shop. And then we're going to go for the desks. So, not desks. Shop counter. Now, I'm liking the idea of it still being very open and very accessible. Verona Airport's got one like that where it's in the middle, so you go through your security and you go through your passport check and everything, and then you open up into this really long, almost like a corridor. And on the left hand side you've got food, at the back you've got toilets, and in the middle you've just got this shop. No walls, it's a very open plan, very open sided, and then the right hand side of the shop you've got your seating area, your gate seating area. And I like the idea of that. You know, you can sort of just browse around and walk around, and you're not far from the shop wherever you are. So I think I'd like to keep that principle here. So if we put I think if we draw people to the back here for the actual shopping, but have them pay at the front, that's going to speed up their experience, isn't it? So let's go 2 desks. Let's use the hedge again. Like that, and like that. Let's put in some more flight information. So if we go one there, one there, maybe one right in the middle, and then we can do loads of shelves and sell loads of stuff. So if we go large shelf, well, plenty of stuff we can sell. 1, 2, 3, 4, probably very much overkill to how the game wants you to do it. But hey, we're having fun. Let's go this way. Let's give it a bit of a variation. There we go. Now let's put some other shelves in. So do the little ones. 1, 2, 3. And we can copy those. Copy those down. Let's go the other way this way. 1, 2, 3. So this the one in Verona just sells all sorts of things. They had meats and they had sweets next to each other, and they had games, and it was the most random but beautiful shop I've ever been to. Just like you could get anything that you could imagine that you would need that you may have forgotten along the way, and very exclusive chocolate, Italian chocolate. You could buy all of the ingredients that are used in the food plate, or it seemed like all of the ingredients that are used in the food places opposite, like the ham and everything. You could buy all of that in this shop. It was really quite surreal. But I liked that idea. The difference here with what we're doing here is that this is before you go through check-in, so you get the opportunity to like we said before, to capture people that are leaving the airport as well. Okay, so who are we going to sign? So we could do something really fancy and do jewelers, or we can go for something not quite so fancy but a bit more what you would see. So these would be like more of your news agency type places, your upscale marketplaces. I think let's save the jewelers for the other side of passport control, and also presumably are they booze? Yeah, wines. So we'll do that the other side as well. We could put the two together. They sort of seem to sit hand in hand, don't they? So let's do a news agent. Let's go for paper news. Go for paper plane. Go for pick and fly. No, let's go pick and fly. There we go. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Cool. Okay, so there's our restaurant. And the final part of our shop. Just need to put the floor down. This feels like it would be more... what does that look like? Yeah, like that. Feels a bit Mediterranean-y, doesn't it? Actually, it feels a bit like... Yeah, okay, cool. Like it. So our shop's open, our restaurant's open, and we've extended the terminal. So I think in the next episode, we're going to be able to look at what we're doing over here, and we now need to be very conscious, very careful about what we're going to do with the rest of our space, because I know that we need to do some more check-in desks, and I'm thinking that we can bring it down in an L this way, because we're going to need to leave space for the runways, and we're going to need to leave space for the extra things that we do. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, before we finish, unlock that. I'll show you the big runway. So, and they're expensive. This one's $1 million. So straight away we're going to need 2. So we need 2 million. And so this is what we're. Oh no, I wish you could zoom out further so you could see the whole thing, but it's okay. It's fine. We're going to use the same principle, I think, here as we did with general aviation. Have them landing and leaving in the same direction. But the opposite way, so they're going to leave on this left hand side one, and then the right hand side one that would be up slightly would be your the other way, would be your arrivals on your left hand side, so that they can come in through the top. They'd come up in through the top, they'd come around this way and access your gates and everything that you've got up here, or come down to what I think is going to be our big gates, and then everybody comes around this way into de-icing pads, which are going to be the big de-icing pads, and then round the bottom and take off that way. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to need to plan it out in terms of space. So if we have a row of check-in desks along here and then bring this down here as well, that's going to save us some space, because then everybody can go through security this way, come through this way, and back out this way. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. Cool. Okay, so that's it, I think, for today. We've built our big anchor stores, and we've extended the terminal, and we've just done a little bit of admin work. So thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Take care.